Good morning. I'm jumping on a couple minutes early for us to begin our Pilates mat class this morning. It's going to be 25 minutes, so if you have something to do by 10 o'clock, you'll have plenty of time to get this quick little full body workout in your movement. Yep, so you found it. So go ahead and jump on. Hopefully you guys can join me for this 25-minute class, and if you for some reason are out of time, I'm going to keep this live up here for 24 hours, so you can find it that way. Hello, good morning. And don't forget, if you haven't already, send me your email. You can always just place it in the comments below or just DM me later. I'm going to be eventually switching over to trying to do some Zoom classes later this week as well, but I'll still be popping on here doing some lives. Good morning, good morning. So excited to see you guys. Ready for some movement in our bodies, yes. Is everyone ready for a workout? You can hit the arms, the legs, a little bit of full body here. Thanks for joining in. Again, 25-minute mat class for that full body. And I will offer some modifications. That way, if you guys have things going on with your bodies, honor yourself as we go through class. But we're gonna make it fun and invigorating. Yep. Yay, can't wait to get started. Awesome. And if you are just kind of waiting around right now, just feel free to just take a seat. We'll just do a couple deep breaths while we wait for some more people to join on and wait for it to be 9:30. So just take a deep inhale, deep full exhale. Good, inhale. Deep exhale. And as you're breathing, think about expanding your ribs out towards the sides of the room. And then as you exhale, feel that rib cage narrow back in. And so as we're going through our Pilates, especially as we get into the ab work, it's good to have that lateral breath where we're breathing more to the outside of our lungs, like we're opening them like an umbrella, compared to breathing out into our chest. And that does help to sustain our ab and core work, right? And if you guys are familiar with Pilates at all, you know how that can be. Awesome. So we'll just give it a couple more minutes here. I'm gonna get us started on my watch. Again, 25-minute mat flow. Focus on that breathing. So big inhale, deep exhale. You can be seated on your mat for this moment before we get going. Good, deep inhale. I'm just gonna set my reminder for how long to go. Inhale, deep exhale. Good, big inhale, deep exhale. Awesome. Yep. Just focus on that breathing. Joining us for our 25-minute mat class this morning, just starting us out with some breathing. So again, breathe into the rib cage. You can always take your hands onto the sides of your ribs as well. And so as you inhale, feel them expand out towards the sides of the room. And then as you exhale, feel that rib cage narrow back in. So deep inhale, deep exhale. Good morning, everyone. So excited to have us all here for some mat Pilates. Thank you for joining me this morning. And again, this video will remain live for 24 hours. So if you miss it right now, you can jump back on today during a time that's suitable for you, just in case you're at home working. Of course, if you haven't started working yet and you have an excuse to, jump off your computer, this is a great reason to do that. So a couple more deep inhales here, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Nice. Perfect. So let's just go ahead and we're gonna come to a standing, right? We can't just lay down in Pilates. I know everyone thinks you get to just lay down, but we're actually just gonna stand up. So everyone just stand up on your mats, and let's just start with your feet nice and parallel, hip-bone distance apart, a little bit more narrow than your hips, and feel your feet on the floor. So just let's rock forward and back on your feet, working up that articulation at the ankle joint. So inhale and exhale. So my heels lift, my heels go down, and then my toes lift, toes down, heels up. And as I'm doing this, my goal is to not let my whole body shift forward. I'm seeing if I can lift my body straight up to the ceiling. So toes lift, and then heels lift. And if you're still just waking up, this might challenge that balance, especially if you're on a mat like I am right now. That squishy surface actually makes it more challenging to balance on our feet. So let's just do that 2 more times. And then we're just gonna come into kind of a wide parallel stance, but I'm a little bit wider than my hips. So wide parallel, we're gonna squat down, big inhale, and exhale, come back up. So squat down, big inhale, exhale, come back up. And as you come back up, think about engaging through your glutes, driving your hips forward, inhale, and deep exhale. Gotta get everything warmed up before we go into some core work and planking and full body, just all the good stuff. Reaching down and back up. And feel that triangle base of support. So think about feeling that weight in your heel, ball the big toe, ball the pinky toe, down and back up. Good, let's do 2 more. On that second one, let's hold it down, and we're just gonna do some pulses, little pulses. So think about that entire thigh muscle, not just the back of the thigh, but feel your inner thighs, your outer thighs, keeping the knees behind the toes. So if you need to, stand up a little taller, it's okay. Or if you can, squat down a little deeper, wherever you are today. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and then stand up all the way back up to tall. Good. So we're gonna take your right foot, or whatever foot, we're gonna step it out. We're gonna come into kind of a side lunge stance here. We're gonna come back to upright, and then drop down into one leg. Back to upright, drop into one leg. Up, and back down. Good. So sitting back into your hip so that your knee is behind the toe as you do this. Squeeze into that glute to help bring you back to upright. You should also feel a stretch, right? We're stretching that inner thigh. Breathe. And down, and back up. And down, hey, good morning. Squat it down, and back up. Let's do 2 more. Quarantine lifestyle at its finest, right? And let's hold this down, and little pulses. So as you're pulsing, making sure you're not going into that knee. So think about your thigh muscles, think about your glute helping to move you. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, come back to upright. I'm gonna adjust myself. And we're gonna do the other side. So down and back up. Whew, this inner thigh is a little tighter. So taking notice of any imbalances that you might discover in your body as we go through class today, right? Because every day is different. Who knows how many online workouts you've been doing lately, or maybe you haven't been doing any. And if that's the case, thank you for joining me. And back up. Engage your butt cheek. So think about those thigh muscles so you're not sinking into that knee. Let's do 2 more, and let's hold it down. Little pulses. Right. Kind of warm up our bodies before we take it to the mat. For 5, 4, 3, 2, all the way back up. So we're gonna do a little rotation. So you're gonna bring your arms out to a goal pose. I'm gonna come over, reach my knee towards my elbow, come back up, other side, and back up. Reach, rotate. So I'm thinking about keeping my pelvis facing straight ahead, and I'm rotating more through my torso, twisting my torso like I'm wringing it out. And take a big exhale, reach all the air out of your body. Exhale, and center. Exhale, woo, go pose, and twist. I hope you guys are all starting to feel warmed up. Yep, got that blood flowing. Bring those hips forward as you come up. So find the length in your body as you come to upright. Nice. Let's do 1 more time each side. Good. And then come back up to center. So bring those legs together. We're gonna do some fancy mat single leg work. So legs glued together like one. You're gonna sit back into your chair. So I'm gonna hold this position, torso nice and long, abs engaged. My right leg is gonna stay stable. Left leg steps back and in. Left leg back and in. So I'm holding that weight into my front leg. I feel that weight in my glute, my inner thigh, and my outer thigh. All muscles helping to support this leg so I'm not getting in my knee. If you can't sink down lower, if you need to, stand a little higher. No matter where you are in your practice today, you can find something that works for you. So out and back in. Let's do 5 and 4. Good. 3, get ready for the fun part. And 2. Let's hold that leg back. So hold here. Feel free to stay here. Otherwise, I want you to float forward just a little bit more. Lift and lower that back leg. Engage this butt cheek for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that leg lifted. Little pulses front leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that leg back in. Hold that squat. Opposite leg. Step it back and in. Right? The fun just continues. Yep. Keep that core engaged. Remember, our ribs ideally are still lined up with our spine. Chest is open, shoulders down, smiling, breathing, because we're having a lot of fun now. Good, exhale and inhale. Remember, hold with your thigh muscles. Feel that glute activate. Nice, beautiful. And 5 more. Good. 4, I promise we will end up on the mat. 3, 2, and planking, right? We love planking. Hold this leg back. Good, so remember, stay here or start to fold forward just a little bit more. Lift and lower that back leg. Again, holding stable at this front butt cheek. And breathe. Good. And for 5, 4, nice. 3, good job everyone. 2, if you can, hold that leg lifted. Pulse that front leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back up. Whew. A little bit more challenging than doing it on the reformer, right? Because you gotta stand and support yourself. So come to the edge of your mat, so you have mat space in front of you. Reach your hands up, dive over your beach ball, let your hands and your head feel nice and heavy, and then moving from the pelvis, round your spine back up as you bend the knees. Hands circle up, dive down, soften those knees, move from the pelvis, draw the abs up, round your spine back to upright. Circle the hands up, big inhale, exhale, dive over, bend the knees, round to the spine, come back up. Let's do that 2 more times. Reach up, dive over, round, bend, and lengthen back up. Let's hold this next one down. Reach up, dive over, still bend those knees, soften them. If you can't find the floor, if you can't find your legs, but we're gonna bend the knees more so you can find the floor. Tiger crawl, just walk out so your knees are bent here. Yep. First plank of the day, so exciting, right? Shoulders out of ears, our knees are bent. Good. I'm gonna take my left foot, step it back, bring it back in. Right foot, step it back, and bring it back in. So I'm thinking about tightening my belt, hugging my hip bones in, belly button to the spine. If you need to, bring both knees down, and then just step one leg back at a time. You're still getting some awesome benefits from this movement. Either way, it's a form of planking. So honor where you are today. And if you can, don't hold the butt up here. Can you get that butt down to the height of your shoulders? Feels amazing, right? One more time each side. Whew. Good. And then once we're even, we'll bring those legs back in, tap the knees down and back up. Tap down and back up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring those knees down. Sit back into a little shell stretch. Stretch that spine because I know it's still early. Round your body back to upright. So we're gonna come into a nice all fours position, hands and knees. And we're gonna extend, open up your chest, and then round, look towards your inner thighs. So extend, open, and then round. Extend, open, and round. Just mobilizing that spine, opening up everything. Try to feel each bone of your spine move in each direction. Let's do 2 more. Good. And 1. On this last one, we're gonna bring ourselves to upright. So coming up onto your knees. So right now, my body's like a plank, right? Knee, hip, rib, shoulder, earlobe, in a straight long line. Hands out in front of you. You can have your toes curled under or feet flat, so whatever feels better for you. We're gonna lean it back and come back to upright. So I'm leaning back far here. You don't have to go back that far. You can make it mini. It could be here and back up. But you wanna think about tightening that belt. So hug your hip bones in, feel that belly button, draw the spine, oops, and then also engage those glutes and the core and the quads, right? So the quads and the core are stretching, but they have to work to bring me back up. Reach it back and up. If you can reach it up, circle around, come back up. Reach, circle, and back up. Let's do that 3 more times. Opening up that front body, just in case you guys have been sitting at all. 2 more. Nice. 1 more. Come back up to tall. So we're gonna do a little bow and arrow variation of that. I'm just gonna slightly diagonal myself so you guys can see. So as I lean back, I'm gonna rotate my torso, not my pelvis. So I'm gonna lean back, rotate, come back to center, and back to upright. Lean back, rotate, center, and back up. It does not have to be a big move. Find the control, find your breath. I'm breathing. I'm feeling the work too, so I hope you guys are as well. Feels amazing, right? You don't need a lot of time to get a full body workout. You can do it in less than 30 minutes. But again, be mindful with your movement. Be precise as you can be today. Good. 1 more time each side. Keeping those hips reaching forward. One more. Come back to upright. Whew, we made it. Sit your butt down on the mat. Reach those legs out in front of you. Nice. So legs open to about the frame of your mat. If you need to, fold your mat up, and then you can sit on your mat. And that's gonna be a little nicer on your back and your hamstrings if you feel any discomfort. So hands out in front of you. Imagine that you're sitting up against the wall, spine stretch forward. Articulate back up. So peel your head, your thoracic, mid-back, lower back, away from the wall, and then peel your lower back, mid-back, upper spine, back onto the wall. Okay, round forward, and back up. Round forward, and back up. Also, as I go forward, I'm imagining that I'm coming up and over a beach ball, so I feel my rib cage lift out of my hips as I fold forward. Let's do 2 more. Stretching our hamstrings, stretching our spine, and our minds. Reach it forward, back to upright. Open the arms to a T. You should be able to do this if you're properly socially distancing, right? So find the length of your spine, twist, rotate. Yep. So think about your hips still reaching forward. I'm gonna reach to my pinky toe. I'm gonna look back up to my back pinky finger, articulate back to upright, rotate, other side. Twist, rotate, back to upright, center, other side. Whew. Don't forget to look at that hand behind you. Back hand, yep, as you twist. And so come up and over that beach ball. One more time to each side. So where we started, look back at that pinky finger, and other side. Come back to center, keep those arms open to a T, still socially distancing. You guys can't touch me, right? High five. So lean over, side bend. Come back to upright, other side. Hand reaches over, good. So as I side bend, thinking about my opposite hip, staying on the floor. So as I go to this side, I'm thinking about stretching my hip down in opposition, finding length in my body. Good. And just one more time to each side, so we're nice and even. Such a good side stretch, right? Always need to stretch our sides. And then we're gonna do the fun stuff. So we're gonna scoot more towards the front edge of your mat. Legs are still straight though. So option 1 is gonna be to have your knees bent, feet planted firmly on the floor. So anchor those feet down. Grab the back of your thighs, moving from the pelvis, tuck the pelvis, articulate down into a C curve, shoulders out the ears. See if you can take your hands off, and then come back to upright. So squeeze the glutes, tuck the pelvis, roll your spine down. Find length in your body as you come back to upright. Squeeze the glutes, tuck the pelvis, and then come back to upright. As you squeeze the glutes, you should almost feel like your body lifts a little bit. Good. 2 more like this. And again, this is your option if you need to stay here. Otherwise, on your next one, legs go out straight. They can still stay bent for this next option too. Hands out in front of you. Hands can always stay on the thighs as well. We're gonna round all the way down as my thighs reach away from me. Hands reach overhead if your shoulders allow. Hands back to the sky. Nod the chin, the chest. You should find yourself in a crunch. I'm gonna press my abs down, press my legs down to help me come all the way upright. And then spine stretch, reach forward. Good. Articulate back up. Squeeze the glutes, tuck the pelvis, round your spine down. Hands reach overhead. Hands back up. Chin the chest, round yourself back up. Stretch yourself forward. Remember, if you need to, just hold your thighs. That will be a nice way to kind of guide yourself through this movement. Beautiful. You guys are all doing amazing. Took time to show up this morning and move our bodies. Let's just do one more time coming up. So articulate, lengthen around, stretch your body forward, come over that beach ball. This time, no matter where you are, I want you to meet me on the mat. So take your time as you come all the way down. Make sure you guys can still see me. So I'm gonna keep my legs straight, but if you need to, bend one knee, plant your foot on the floor. So I'm gonna stretch my leg to the sky. I'm gonna grab the back of my hamstring, not my knee, but back of my thigh. I'm gonna straighten my leg and bend. Straighten and bend. So as I'm doing this, I'm working to find length in my torso, so draw your hips out of the ribs, right? And also neutral pelvis, natural curve out my lumbar spine. I do have some videos on my page about neutral pelvis, or feel free to DM me if you have questions. Let's do 2 more. Hold that leg lifted. Good. Plant your hands firmly onto the mat. So activate through your tricep. And moving from my hip socket, I'm going to draw a circle. So this could be a small circle, like a golf, or maybe like a tennis ball. Or it could be more basketball shaped. But the goal is to not let anything move besides this leg. So my opposite foot is anchored down to help support me. 2 more. Like I'm drawing a circle on the ceiling. Coming back, it's a smiley face. Let's reverse it. Good, nice. Happy little circles. And breathe. Good. Arms planted down to help support and stabilize. Nice. And 2 more. And 1. And then grab the back of the thigh, bend and straighten. So you can stay here, or let's lift and hold into a crunch. Shoulders at the ears. Open up through your chest. Anchor down through the pelvis. So your hands can stay here, or they can walk up higher if you have the flexibility. Opposite leg comes to a hover off the mat. I'm going to pulse it in for 2 and switch. Pulse, pulse, and switch. Pulse, pulse, and switch. Inhale, inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, inhale, exhale, switch. So I'm doing this, nothing is moving. My torso is staying anchored. It's my limbs, my arms, and my legs that get to do the movement. You can always do this with your head down. 1 more time to each side. I'm going to end with this leg up to the ceiling. I'm going to lengthen the other leg down. I'm going to walk myself down. So this foot is planted firmly on the mat now. And let's stretch this leg. Even though we just gave it a little mat ab stretch, let's do 3 more. 2, 1, and then we're going to hold that leg lifted. So again, plant your hands on the mat and circle. So as you're circling, moving your femur, your leg bone, within your hip socket, but the pelvis and the torso are staying stable. Make it as big or small of a circle as you need to find stability. That's more important. The stability comes first, and then the mobility. Let's do 2 more, and then we'll reverse it, go the opposite way. Feels amazing. You're like, such a great way to work out. 2 more, and 1. And then hold that leg lifted, grab that thigh, lift yourself into a crunch if you can. If you can, walk up higher that leg. Bring the opposite leg to a hover, relax the shoulders out of the ears, pulse it in for 2, and switch. We're stretching, we're working. Tighten that belt, hug the hip bones in, belly button to the spine. Inhale, inhale, exhale, lengthen. Inhale, inhale, exhale, lengthen. 1 more time to each side. And then once you're even, let's hold both legs up to the sky. Hands behind the head. Flex those feet, pull your toes toward your knees. Slowly lower. Point your toes, lift back up. Flex the feet, lower, point, and lift. If you need to, put your head down for this one. Also, feel free to make the range of motion with your legs a little smaller. Point to lift, flex to lower. Point to lift, and flex to lower. Just about 5,000 more of these so you really feel your abs. It's not always the best way to work your abs though, so we'll do other things. And 2 more. Good. And then see if you can hold it down and beat those heels together for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find the length, and then bend it in. Hold the crunch, and lower yourself down. So let's roll to your side. Prop yourself up onto your forearm. Hello. Good. We're feeling amazing. So I'm going to keep my legs bent, and I don't want to sink into my shoulder or my ribs, so I'm lifting up on this bottom side. I'm going to open, keeping my ankles together, and close. Open and close. Open and close. Good. So think about engaging into that outer glute to help you do this. Good. Deep exhale, deep inhale. And you guys are so close. We're near the end. Just gotta work some side body. Nice. See, I lifted out that bottom side. This side is still working, right? It's not slacking off. Just because this hurts doesn't mean we could lose this connection. Good. 3 more. 2, 1, and then bring that leg down. Lift the whole shape up. So my ankle is lifted to the height of my knee. I'm gonna kick that leg back, and then I'm gonna sweep it forward. Kick it back and forward. Kick it back and forward. Engage that glute to reach the leg back. So as we engage glute, we're also opening up this hip. But again, pelvis is stable, so that's not moving. Reach it back and forward. Reach it back and forward. Good. Whew. I hope you guys are all warm. I feel warm and toasty, so I hope you are as well. Invigorated, right? Got that blood flowing. Sometimes we don't want to move, but it's actually like the best thing that we could do for our bodies. 3 more. And 2. On this next one, we're going to hold back. So I have this opening at my hip. I'm going to lower and lift. Lower and lift. So my leg is a little bit behind me. My knee is behind my hip as I do this. But again, you know, modify for your body. Stay lifted out this bottom side. Lift and lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then hold it up, hold it up, hold it up, and little pulses up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring that leg down. Good. So you can keep those legs bent. I'm going to take my top foot in front of my bottom foot. You can stay here on your forearm or lift yourself up. We're going to come up to a side plank and back down. Or you can come up to a side plank and back down. So up to a side plank and back down. Or up to a side plank and back down. 2 more. Good. And I'll just come down here in case anyone's here. And then so let's hold it up on this next one. Hold it up and let's pulse those hips up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those hips down. Swing the legs around. Other side. We must repeat. So up on my forearm. Remember, you can always lay flatter too if you need to. So listen to where you are today. But lift out that bottom side. And ankles stay together. Ankles together, but I'm lifting the knee. I'm using my outer glute to help do this. Keep us on time. We're close. And breathe. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Think about activating to that glute to help open that leg. Beautiful. Lift out the armpit, shoulder out the ear. Breathe. Smile. We're having fun. Think about your breath. Remember to stay present within the moment right now. 3 more. 2 and 1. Bring that leg down. Lift it to the height of your hip. Foot is flexed. Reach it back and center. Reach it back and forward. Kick back through the glute. As I'm kicking back, my hips are staying stable. Good. Lifting out this armpit. It's really easy to start to sink into the side, especially as you start to feel the work on your glute, right? That's the fun thing about Pilates. There's always so many things to think about, which should help to keep you present within your workout, something that we all need in our daily living. Exhale and inhale. Good. And breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's hold it back, lower, and lift. So that leg is a little bit behind me as I'm doing this. It doesn't have to be a big range of motion. Might be super challenging. Remember, stay lifted out of this bottom side. Good. Connecting to that breath. Mat Pilates for all here. Right? Pilates is for everybody. Sometimes we just need to make adjustments to make it appropriate for our bodies, and that's okay. 2 more. Hold it up, and pulse it up, and pulse. Good. Feels amazing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lengthen that leg down. Oops, we gotta do our side plank, don't forget. Good. So you can come here, or if you need to, or if you're up to it, and also take your top foot on the floor in front of you, lift all the way up and back down. Lift all the way up and back down, or be down in that forearm. So wherever it's good for you. 3 more. 2, and then hold it up, little pulses. Little pulses with those hips for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back down. Now flip over to your belly, right? We must kick both sides. Lift up out of those arms. Think about the ribs and abs lifting up, pubic bone down. Left leg, right leg. Left leg, right leg. So use your butt cheek and your thigh to lift the leg and work to prevent the pelvis and the rest of the torso from moving. 1 more time each side. Good. And then we're going to lower our torso down. So hands below the forehead, elbows wide, shoulders at the ears. Legs stay down, upper body up and down. Almost like my elbows are lifting to the ceiling and also towards my toes. Inhale, exhale. Pubic bone down, abs engaged so we're not getting lower back pain. 3 more. 2, 1, and now everything lifts. For 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up, swim the legs, open the arms to a T if you can. Otherwise, you can stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, hands find the mat. Press up to all fours, hands and knees. You can stay here, draw the ribs and abs up, or step 1 foot back at a time. Come into a plank. Good. Left leg, right leg. Open and close. Open and close. You can always be down here, out and out. Out and out, right? So you have options. You don't have to stop and rest. You have options. One more time each side. Good. Down dog. Pedal those feet out one at a time. Draw the abs up. Good. And then slowly start to walk your hands towards your toes. Pedal a couple more. Let the feet stay heavy. Round your spine. Bend those knees. Take your time as you roll back to upright. Roll the shoulders back. Good. So I know some of you might have to jam out of here. If you have a couple more seconds, join me on the mat for a moment. Good. So I'm just going to have one leg in front of me, other leg off to my side like a Z-sit pretzel mermaid sit. And I'm just going to stretch over. Yeah. And breathing into my outside lung. Deep inhale, deep exhale. I'm going to be back for another mini workout. I'm going to counter stretch that. This Wednesday at 9:30, Friday at 9:30, and Saturday at 9:30. And that's Pacific Standard Time. So just in case for my East Coasters, that'll be about 12:30 your time. So come back, join me for another class. I will put it out there. And again, you might catch me on Zoom for some of the classes later in the week. So I'll go over, I switch my legs. This leg is in front now, this leg off to the side. Mermaid stretch, breathe into your ribs. Inhale. And if you enjoyed this class and you want to stay up to date, please DM me your email, counter stretch. Thank you so much for taking the time to move with me this morning for some mindful movement, getting out of our heads and allowing our bodies just to move, especially after sitting all the time. It's so important to create movement for our bodies along with stillness for our minds. And if you're having a hard time with the stillness part, by incorporating that into your movement practice, it will help to filtrate that into the rest of your life. So thank you so much. If you have questions about anything that you felt in class today, feel free to send me a message, DM me, or check out the link in my profile for some more information. And again, thank you so much for coming this morning. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Glad you guys loved it. Thank you. I appreciate it. I love your support. Amazing workout. So happy to hear that. Thank you, ladies. I look forward to seeing you guys all again soon. I hope you're all feeling super strong in your bodies, right? And throughout the day, also take time for your 16-second breath. So it's super easy if you're feeling stressed out throughout the day. Inhale for a count of 4. Hold it for 4. And then exhale for 4. Hold that for 4 and inhale again. And it's as simple as that, 16 seconds. The more often you do it, the better it's gonna be for your bodies in the long run. So again, during our quarantine lifestyle, take time to move. Join me again Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday this week. Watch out for my stories and my posts. I will be putting it up on there so you guys know my schedule. Look forward to seeing you soon. Happy Monday.